quarters coverage. It's Christian Brown. Justin King, the running back, is on a flare route, but he has no responsibility deep because of the cover 2 safety up over the top. So he's just squatted in the flat with no one threatening him. He absolutely sized it up and delivered a blow, cut him in half. Luckily, the running back, well put together, got up and off the football field, but Brown continues his stellar play.
Coach, if you're Christian Brown, you're thinking, he's not really going to throw that. He's really not throwing that.
He sees me, doesn't he?
Right. He understands that I'm going to hammer him. Vickers, will he run it back? He takes the punt. He's looking for some room. Vickers, can he get to the outside? Derek cuts back, and he goes down about the 21-yard line, and doggone it, a flag on the play very late, and I think I know exactly what it is, and I think it's going to be on the Renegades. Vickers was trying to make something happen, and he was juking so hard that I think one of his teammates grabbed on a jersey of a Chaffey Panther. I may be wrong, but I don't think so.
And the other possibility there right around the scrum is a little bit of a block in the back. As soon as you lose them, you either block in the back or you push them. But again, I tell you what, guys, I'm going to say it all year, and I know this is only week 2, but Vickers, a great job of securing the football, and anybody that knows that football, using those hands, getting behind it and setting up. But the first 2 steps for him is vertical, right past the defender, and then he shakes and wiggles. A very, very explosive athlete. Anytime you can get his hands on the ball, Derek Vickers is a problem for any defense or any coverage team.
The B Varsity Bakersfield, California, BC Renegade Male Athlete of the Week, Derek Vickers. So no surprise there.
Whoa.
What'd they say, Coach?
Said both fouls will be enforced.
Uh-oh.
So that means they're going to, first one will take you inside the 10, and then
they'll march it back.
Then you'll go up and then back again. Because I think we end up netting out 5 plus 5.
Okay.
Why we couldn't just do the math problem real quick as a place of higher learning. I think we could have just netted it out 5, but
all right, so
referees.
After all of that, after 15 minus 10, the ball's at the 25-yard line. I know what you're thinking, Vance. That's 15 plus 10, but you know what I'm saying. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. The Renegades lead by 1, 21-20. Now it's turned out to be one of those special late summer nights with a 3 purple-hued skyline off to the west. What a beautiful night. And the Renegades will have their first possession here in the second half with 13:09 to go. What are you looking at, Coach?
Big fullbacks in the game up in the backfield trying to create a little bit of that power run set for Lamicio Hill. Just a cross action. Fullbacks over to the short side of the field, comes across and picks up the first defender to kick and trap him out. Lamicio's pressing that A-gap and then bounces back to the weak side A-gap, falls forward for about a 3-yard gain, Vance.
2nd and 7. Gallus in the shotgun, stands at the 23. Looks like they're coming. The Panthers, he stopped it for a second. He stalled the play.
So that's the great thing with the up-tempo offense is they want the defense to flip their hand so then they can change the football play. So now Gallus is barking out the orders still with 10 on the clock.
Steps back, throws. Vickers with the catch. Makes a miss, just like you said it. Now he's looking for a block. And, late hit. That was a big late hit. And Derek Vickers looks up at the official and says, really? No call? He was 5 to 7 feet out of bounds. It was over, and he took a big hit, and the classy Derek Vickers went up to the DB that hit him and just papped him on the helmet like, hey, good hit, good hit.
Irvin Richards, 6 foot, 180-pound freshman safety from Ontario Colonial. Good job of screaming inside out, but I agree with you, Vance. Vickers was going out of bounds and falling. Referee kind of reached for it but didn't throw it.
1st and 10 on their own 48. Gallus, draw play to Hill. Lamicio Hill. Now that is exactly what the doctor ordered right there. Pound him out, and he got about 8 yards on that one.
Yeah, and one of the little adjustments that I've seen so far here that I think Coach Carl Dean in the offensive line, coaching the offensive line this year, we haven't really got into that yet with his little bit of a move to coaching the offensive line, assisting with the offensive line is it looks like the splits are a little bit wider as they come out in the second half, trying to spread the formation a little bit to create a little bit more natural seams for that defensive line.
Chastain now here at the bottom of the screen. But it's still Willis and Hill in the background. Play action.
Run.
Gallus, he's got room. He'll pick up the first down, and he gets out of bounds unscathed. So basically he took a look downfield, had a huge chunk of real estate out to the far side, took it, got a first down. Nice big run out there by Dalton Gallus.
Again, great recognition on his part. The primary receiver is covered on the skinny post to the middle of the field. He climbed up in the pocket with just a little bit of pressure to flush him out to the wide side, but saw all the green turf, ran to the sticks, got out of bounds. Protect your body.
Tomlin down here in the bottom of your screen. On the far side of the field, just below us. And he's there with Bowman. Sorry, Thine. 1st and 10. Play clock down to 4. Gallus takes it, looks right, throws out here, and it is to Bowman. Now it's one-on-one. What can Bowman do? Bowman works it and gets to the 22-yard line. Another big hit right at the sideline.
Yeah, again, really respecting the speed there of the wide receiver. Very, very cush coverage off a 10, inside shade. Just throw it to the outside shoulder, a little stop route, put your guy in a one-on-one situation, shook him, got him squared up, was able to get a little stiff arm out to the wide side, and a big first down for the Renegades.
No huddle offense, as we talked about all night long. Now the defensive line shifts strong to their right side, our left side. Now they're moving around again, shuffling again. Gallus takes the snap. Gallus has his guy out on the far side. A nice pass out there, and this one's going to be to Vickers. Vickers shoved out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. So Dalton Gallus, the yardage that gets gained is like 6 yards, but the pass he's throwing is about 25 to 30 yards, and he's throwing it on a line, on a rope.
Absolutely. That's a great call on the rope. But the bigger thing is his feet are up underneath him, so he's planting off that back foot, making a quick decision and getting the ball up out of his hands, starting to play very, very confident like that sophomore that we thought he was. Remember, they took that gray shirt year off of him last year late in the season, then he gets hurt. So, even though he is a sophomore, limited playing experience, so Dalton's kind of feeling his way out last week. I think that the wind, again, just from a pundit's point of view from the wide side of the field, looking and watching from a long distance away, I think the wind kind of got in his head tonight. He feels very, very confident. The ball's getting out of his hands very quickly, and he's making decisive and good decisions with the football.
You're right. That pass 7 days ago would have just been like a wiffle ball, So here we go on a 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. The Renegades quietly moving the football down the field here with a 21-20 lead, 9:40 to go here in this third quarter. Gallus hands the ball off to Lamicio Hill. It's stretched out, and he's in trouble. Oh, he gets out of trouble for a second, then finds a lot more trouble at about the 16-yard line, loss of about 3 yards.
Big number 90, Kellon Ferdinand. Big boy, 6'1", 300 from Upland. He is a freshman, 2.5 tackles for loss last year. Like immediate penetration on a little cross face on the center into the backfield, knocking that play off a track. And again, Lamicio was able to shake him and fall forward and limiting it to about a 4-yard loss. But again, once the field starts to condense here, the ability of Dalton Gallus to extend the play and make a good decision.
Ferguson Ayers into the game. Vickers. Incomplete pass out to the far side, and now it's going to bring up a 3rd and 13. Exactly 9 to go here in this third quarter. Hey, I want to thank everybody at Hodell's. Well, you talk about a name synonymous. I use that word synonymous, and I hope you understand. I do know what it means. I use it a lot. But a name synonymous with Kern County service and fantastic food and just that home atmosphere, like you're home in Kern County. Hodell's, what a fantastic place. Again, my post-church buffet line, Hodell's. 3rd and 13 for the Renegades. And we have whistles blowing, and it looks like Chaffey had to call a timeout. The Renegades went off to the sidelines real quick and made a quick adjustment. Vickers came back in the slot, and that was enough for the Chaffey defense on this important 3rd and 13 to call a timeout.
The same principle that I talk about as a Renegade, and as a Renegade guy, is the same thing with Chaffey here. That defensive coordinator thinking right here, 3rd and 13. We got them backed up. They've struggled kicking. Last time they tried a field goal, they were able to block it with a nice return, and it led to points for us. This is a big 3rd down. The switch and the substitution in the formation, he didn't like what he saw. We got to get off the football field here with 9 minutes left here, Vance, in this third quarter. So he wants to make sure that everybody's on the same page and doing what they want to do defensively to try to make it happen. Conversely, on offense, Coach Paul brings them back over with Coach Dean in his ear talking down to him to make sure that they have the right play that they want.
On this field, at this campus, this coming Thursday night, Chaminade High School from SoCal coming up to play the Bakersfield High School Drillers. Should be a fun night here this coming Thursday night. 3rd and 13. Gallus has Hill behind him. He's in the shotgun.
Quarters.
Everybody drops back for Chaffey. They only have 3 defense men up on the front there.
Yeah, watch the corners again, just like the Renegades sitting in the flats. Okay, with 3 across the back, they'll be playing some sort of a combination coverage on Vickers in the slot.
Gallus gets it out to Vickers, and he drops it. And I don't think much would have happened anyway. He was being covered quite well over here on the near side. So for all of that defensive timeout and the discussion time they had, it ends up still being a field goal attempt now.
Again, just a little bit behind him on that back right hit. Probably a ball that I think if you ask Derek truthfully, he knows he probably should have caught and reeled it in that situation, but just a touch bit behind him. Now the ball's perfectly centered in the middle of the field, Vance, at the 27-yard line, so it's a 37-yard attempt here. Watch the instant pressure up the middle. That's where they got it last time.
Jacob Young. There's the snap, the hold, the kick. This one is up, and this one is a beauty. 24-20. Field goal is good. We'll take a break here on News Talk 1180 and the new 96.1 FM and Bakersfield.com.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, Kern Schools is always close by.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
Welcome back, everybody. 24-20, the Renegades do a nice job of getting that football down the field. Couldn't get it in with 6, but took the 3, and they lead by 4, 24-20, 8:52 to go here in the third quarter. I'm Vance Palm, and joined by my partner, as always, Kirk Boyer. Pleasure to have everybody listening on News Talk 1180 and the new 96.1 FM, KERN also, and how about this, Bakersfield.com. The gang's all back here on top of the Dameron deck. Oh, here's a low a 2-iron. About a foot above the grass the entire time, goes out of bounds. So maybe I'm just not figuring out the logic on some of these kicks. Maybe I don't know. I don't get it.
No, I think you're on the same boat with I am. A little bit inquisical at this point. What Truly's trying to transpire there? It looked like kind of a drag kick, and then, like you said, got out on the toe a little bit and hit that little punch 2-iron you have to all the time at Stockdale when you're underneath the trees.
I've read about it. I mean, there's about 35-yard line right here. It's just hard to figure out.
I'll open with that next week for you, Vance, Coach Chudy, so I can get my head bitten off through the phone.
No, you can go ahead and say, hey, Vance wanted me to start with this question, Coach. That's a great interview you had at halftime. We had pregame. Appreciate that. Renegade fans, very special to our community, and we lost a great one. And here we go. Big offensive series here for Chaffey if they want to get back in this thing. Pass out to the far side. Renegades meet them. Gain of about 4 yards. Really good defense.